Today, we're diving into a question that hits close to home for so many of us. We're asking, is your dog food actually safe? We're about to pull back the curtain on what the labels don't tell you. You do it every single day, right? You fill that bowl and your dog looks up at you with just complete and total trust. But let's be honest, how much do we really know about what we're scooping out of that bag? It's time to find out. So first up, a question in the bowl. This really all boils down to the incredible amount of trust that we, as pet parents, put into a simple label on a bag of food. It really is more than just a meal. It's an act of love, an act of trust. We count on these companies to be straight with us because our pets are counting on us. That trust is the absolute foundation of the whole pet food industry. But the real question is it always earned? Okay, now for the tricky part. Let's go behind the label. We're going to start peeling back the layers and decoding all that marketing language that's really designed to make you buy, not necessarily to inform you.
I mean, you've seen this 1,000 times, haven't you? It just sounds so wholesome, so delicious, exactly what you'd want for your best friend. It paints this picture of like a beautiful roast chicken. But what does a phrase like this legally mean? And here it is. This is the huge gap between what we think we're getting and the reality. You see, because of a regulation called the with rule, a label that says with chicken only has to contain 3% chicken. That's it, just 3%. All of a sudden, made with real savory chicken doesn't sound quite so amazing, does it? Okay, here's another ingredient you see all the time, meat meal. Now, it's this rendered powder that can actually be a good source of protein. But, and this is a big but, the term is super vague on purpose. Meat meal could be from literally any mix of animals. You know what's better? Seeing something specific, like chicken meal or lamb meal. That little detail is usually a sign of much higher quality. All right, so misleading labels are one problem, but now we have to talk about something a little more serious, the contaminant concern. This is about what might be hiding in the kibble that isn't on the label at all. Just look at this number for a second, 43%. A recent safety audit found that almost half of randomly tested dog foods had contaminants that weren't listed anywhere on the bag. This isn't some small, isolated issue. It's a massive, widespread problem. So what kind of stuff are we talking about here? Well, as you can see, the list is pretty unsettling. We're talking about heavy metals like lead and mercury, mycotoxins, which are basically toxic stuff from moldy grains, BPA, a chemical that leaches from can linings, and honestly, the most disturbing of all, traces of pentobarbital, a drug used for euthanasia. Okay, I know that was a whole lot of alarming information, but listen, the goal here is not to scare you, it's to empower you. So let's talk about how to be an expert and turn all of that confusion into real confidence. So here's the deal. You have to know how to read that label like a pro, and it's not that hard. Here's a simple 3-step guide. First, just check the first 5 ingredients. That's the bulk of the food right there. You want to see a specific named meat source at the top. Second, look for clarity. Chicken is great. Meat meal or animal byproducts, not so great. And third, watch out for a sneaky trick called ingredient splitting. That's when they list, say, corn 3 different ways, just so it doesn't look like it's the #1 ingredient. Honestly, if there's one golden rule to take away from all of this, it's this right here. The shorter and more understandable the ingredient list is, the better. If you're reading a long list full of weird, chemical-sounding names and vague terms, that's usually a red flag for a highly processed product. If you can actually picture the ingredients as real food, you're probably on the right track. And finally, let's put it all together. Here is your 3-point safety check. Think of this as a quick and easy guide you can use the next time you're at the store. Here it is. It's super simple. Number 1, named meats first. Is something specific like beef or salmon the #1 ingredient? Check. Number 2, avoid vague terms. If you see stuff like meat byproducts or animal fat, be skeptical. And number 3, question the marketing hype. Words like gourmet or premium literally mean nothing. Ignore them and focus on the hard facts in the ingredient list. So we want to leave you with this question. The next time you pick up your dog's food, now that you're armed with all this knowledge, what's going to be the very first thing you check? Because taking that one little step, well, that's how you turn that daily act of trust into a real act of informed confidence.